Hello, welcome to Pro Mixing and Mastering. Today I'm gonna show you how to mix using stereo placement. This is a technique a lot of producers are not probably using right now, but I just wanna show you guys how super cool this technique is. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave this video with a like. Now, what is stereo placement? This is the allocation of frequencies or sounds. Think of a certain place where you allocate certain things, like an office where you put files and where you put your books and where you put your pens, where you put other things like flowers, and where you put decorations. What I'm talking about when I talk about allocation of frequencies, I mean the mid, left, right, stereo, and side. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the allocation of 5 frequencies. You don't allocate all the sounds in one place. It doesn't really make sense when you put flowers in the same place where you put your books, where you put your shoes, where you put your... Think of clothes are supposed to be in the wardrobe, and then pens are supposed to be where pens are supposed to be, and then shoes are supposed to be where shoes are supposed to be, and then books are supposed to be where books are supposed to be, and papers and the other stuff are just supposed to be where they're supposed to be. And when you put them where they're supposed to be, you create space, you create room, and everything just sits in order. The same thing when it comes to mixing your vocals, when it comes to mixing your sounds, when it comes to mixing your bass, your drums, and your snares, and your hats, and your just everything that you do during mixing, you have to allocate your frequencies. This is frequency allocation that I wanna teach you and show you guys. Let me pull out my Pro Q3. Now, all these frequencies in the area of 20, 25, 50, 55, 100, 150, 200, 250, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, and 20,000 K. They are all playing from the same area. I mean, they are playing from the right, left speaker, center, and the mid, or the sub, or the woofer, and the sides as well. So this sound is not allocated, and whenever you don't allocate these sounds, what you end up having is a frustrated mix, something that is not sounding good, will only sound good during mixing in the studio, but when you take it out in the car, the reason why the mixes don't sound well, it is because all the sounds are playing from the same speakers. The mid is playing from the right, left side, and the sub bass as well from the woofer, and the bass is also coming out from the woofer and going to the mids, to the sides, to the right and left speaker. So all the sounds are playing from the same area, and this is why the mix doesn't sound clean. The mix doesn't sound professional. Why? Because there is no sound allocation. For example, let me show you something. Let me lift up this frequency, which is around 200, and I want you to listen to this. Love me, I also do. Now imagine this frequency playing from the left speaker and the right speaker and the mids and also the side speaker. What is really gonna happen to your mix? The mix is not gonna sound good, because this sound or frequency, which is supposed to be playing in the woofer, is now playing somewhere where it is not supposed to be playing. When you allocate sound, it's like you tell a particular frequency, this is where I want you to play from. You are a little bit heavy, I want you to play from the mids. You're a little bit light, I want you to play from the sides, or I want you to play from the left, I want you to play from the right. You are a little bit higher, so I'm gonna send you to the center of the speaker, or to the left, or to the right. Or I just want you to play stereo because you balance up. You can play from the woofer. You can also, there are certain frequencies which can play in the woofer. They can also play, they're like universal sounds, frequencies. They can play from the woofer, they can play from the mids, they can play from the left and right speaker, and those are sounds which don't really muddy up the track or don't really take up too much space. But there's just certain sounds like bass. You just have to send bass where bass is supposed to be playing from. Bass cannot be playing from the left speaker or the right speaker. Send it to your woofer. The sub bass is supposed to be playing from the mid. So this sound right here, let me play it once again. Love me, I also do. This technique works with dynamic EQ, so make sure that you get yourself a dynamic EQ. I want to take this particular sound, which is in the range of 200, to where it belongs. And where does this particular sound belong to? This is not gonna go to the tweeters, it is gonna go where the bass plays from. So what I'm gonna do is just take it down. Love me. Or if you want to boost it, let's say the bass is coming too much from your woofer is bringing out too much bass, there is too much bass that you want to cut down just a little bit, you can cut down, you can bring it down like this, and then go to open up, and then go to stereo placement, and then take it to the mid. You are just gonna, this frequency, the mid is just gonna be affected. It's not gonna affect the rest of the vocal or the rest of the instrument. It's just gonna affect the mid area where the bass comes from. So you take this sound, which is around 200, to the mid, and the mid will only be affected. This is cutting. You will cut just a little, just to balance up the mid, because sometimes when you don't allocate sounds, you find out that when listening to your track in a bigger system, it's like there is too much bass. There is too much bass because bass is coming out from everywhere, like coming out from all the speakers. I mean, what do you expect? It's just gonna be too bassy. So what you do is allocate this particular sound just to the area where it is supposed to be, and this is how it sounds like. Love me, I also do. But let's say I wanna like raise up the bass a little bit in case maybe the bass is not heard too much. You wanna bring out a little bit. You can still take it to the mid placement, mid, and then raise it up a little bit. Me, I also do. So what you're listening to right now is just the bass area, and this particular frequency or sound has been taken to where the woofer is supposed to be. Now I love to bring it down a little bit in case I just want this area, the sub, to just have a little bit of bass, just a little bit, not too much. Remember, this is a vocal, so I cut it a little bit. Love me, I also do. Now there is, let's say you're using a bass guitar, there is this area which is too much. Let's say you want to boost it up, take it to the mids. Don't take it to the stereo, because stereo is gonna be playing from left, right speaker, and then the center speaker and the side speaker. So what you do is just take it to the mids. That's where this particular frequency is supposed to be playing from. It's also supposed to be playing everywhere. If you allow this particular frequency or sound to play from everywhere, your mix is not gonna sound clean. So we take it down just a little bit like that, or I can just cut. I can do a low cut and then take it to 96 and just drop it down like that, and then bring this one right there, and this is how it sounds like. Love me, I also do. You said that you love me, I also do. Sounds much better, isn't it? Yeah. Why? Because this particular frequency, which is a little bit heavy, has been taken to where the bass is supposed to be playing from. Then I've got my high right here, the highs. Listen to this. Love me, I also do. Now this high is whenever you take it to the mid range, it writes M. So there is like an initial right here, letter M. So this is not supposed to go to the bass. The bass is not supposed to be playing the sound that is supposed to be coming out from the tweeters. So what do? This particular frequency, you take it, you go to stereo placement, take it to the side, take it to the side. So this particular high frequency can be playing from the sides like this.
Love me, I also do.
Stereo, when it was stereo, like playing everywhere.
Love me, I also do.
So right now this is playing from everywhere, the woofer, the side, the left, the right speaker, the center speaker, and all the speakers. But when you allocate this particular sound, you take it to your sides. Why? Because that particular frequency in the area of 20,000 K is gonna be fighting with the heart, because the heart also is gonna be playing in that area. So what you do is you can take your vocal to the sides, then the heart can be taken to maybe the left side, so that the hearts can be playing from there. Then you can also allocate some of it to the right, so that you can balance it up, and that will make stereo. Now this one right here is taken to the sides. Then you can take this other frequency, which is around 5K, to the right. That is taken to the sides. You can take this to the right speaker or to the left, so you can balance it out. And this is how it sounds like.
Love me, I also do.
Put on your headsets or just listen to it. You'll see that sound has been allocated. Listen to this.
Love me, I also do. You said that you love me.
Before, I'm gonna switch it off.
Love me, I also do.
All the sounds are just playing in one place. This is why sometimes when you try your best to mix, you just come up with, you wonder what is happening. You send your track to your friends are like, there's too much bass, there is too much, the highs are too much. Why? Because you didn't do allocation of sounds. Now this is before.
Love me, I also do. You said that you love me.
Now this is after.
Love me, I also do. You said that you love me.
Before.
I also do.
After.
You said that you care for me. I do.
So now I want to balance it up. I can get this this right here and take it to the right. Watch this. Listen to this. Right.
Love me, I also do.
Before.
You said that you love me.
After.
I also do. You said that you care for me. I do. You said that you love me.
So this is the way you do sound allocation. I have my bass playing from the woofer right here, and this area right there, and this area. Then I have the highs playing from the center right there, and then I have also part of the highs around 10K playing from the right speaker, then around 5K playing from the left speaker. Then I can also allocate this other area, which is around 1K. The bass is like from 20, 50, 150, 200 to 500 somewhere there, and to around maybe 550 somewhere there. And then from there we go to the other higher frequencies. So I can take this one, and this one can be my stereo, and this is how it sounds like.
Love me, I also do. You said that you love me.
So right now, though you may not hear the bass unless you use bigger speakers, so the bass will only come out from the woofer, from the subs, and then this is gonna just come out from all the speakers just to lift up the bass guitar. Let's say you want a little bit of a high from the bass guitar. Yes, so this is gonna support the stereo. Then this is gonna be from the left speaker, right speaker. Then the high is just from the center. It's gonna just be the center, the sides, just the sides. So that's where this particular frequency, 20,000 K frequency, is gonna be playing from. And basically, this is the way you allocate sounds, or this is the way you allocate frequencies. This is the way the vocal sounds like together with the other sounds.
Love me, I also do. You said that you love me.
Yeah, so even though I've boosted, I've not cut, I was just showing you guys, you can still listen to the way the sound is coming out. Really nice. Make sure you leave this video a like and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I'll see you in the next one.